for instance, you want to get into the business, you want to start processing, and you don't have someone to lease this property to you. Yeah. Is there an alternative way to start up?
Of course, there's an alternative way to start in agriculture, because that's why we call it value chain. There's what we call value chain in agriculture, and it actually helps a lot for people who don't have money. And this is what we call buying and selling. Okay, like for example, now you have a mill or a processing company or manufacturing company who are into oil processing, or probably what's it called, palm kernel oil processing and all that. You could go in there, and with the little amount that you have, you could start buying from them and keep till the time the price is high to sell, so you can make profit from it. Like in the case of agriculture, in the case of oil now, you know, the time that the oil is actually, the FFB, fresh food bunches, is actually very common. It's between March and May. Okay. And now, imagine you buying oil from the people who are processing or milling at that time, and you keep it until like December or September. You're going to sell on a high price, and before you know it, your profits start coming in. I think that's the best way to start when it comes to agriculture.
Okay, so let's talk about technology. When it comes to agricultural products processing, I know technology has helped a great deal.
Exactly.
But is there a way you think technology can be improved to even help it more? Is there something that is still lacking in terms of technology in agricultural products processing?
I think there's a way it can improve, but for now, I think there's a lot of improvement because I've gone to so many seminars where I've seen some talented young men bringing up technology, the apps, to help agriculture. For instance, I saw a man who talked about a drone being used for irrigation, drones being used for fertilization, and I've seen a young man too. I think if I'm permitted to mention the name.
No, you're not permitted.
Okay. There's this particular young man too talking about helping young people who have interest into agriculture, and this is what they do. They help you, get a space, with their technology where you can farm on. Of course, they help you farm on that land because you don't have anything to do about it. Do you understand? Or all you just need to probably provide the seeds and all that. And they give you 40% of the produce after harvest and all that, and they take 60. And we have some other guys who have done a lot. We have Elo tractors and the rest of those stuffs, When we talk, and this is what these guys do too. And if you are far away, let's say, for example, I'm in America and I own a farmland in Nigeria, I could be in America to monitor what exactly my tractor is doing out there. I know when it breaks down. I know when it is working. So nobody cheats anybody. So I think it's the best way. Technology has been the best for agriculture in Nigeria, though we can still do better.
Okay, now there's a picture we showed, and we're going to show it again, of a woman producing palm oil locally. Yes, so for those producing palm oil agricultural products locally, how do you think they can be helped? Because I know there's the challenge of, yes, that's the picture. There's a challenge of transportation, like you said, and the like. So what do you think can be done? Because we have quite a number of you, but then we still need more people, that are more inclined when it comes to educationally inclined on how to do this. So please tell us.
Actually, there was a particular program I, myself, and my partner had one time. But these villagers, they actually don't want to leave their job because they don't just want to sit down doing nothing. And this is what we had in plan to do for them. We had in plan to buy these fresh food bunches from them. Fine, if you're working all the year round and you see somebody coming to buy from you, now these people might not actually be making real money from what they do, but the passion they have for it, they just don't want to leave it. And they feel that you want to cheat them. And now, how do we try to help them? We trying to orientate them about all these things. It's too energetic. It's time-consuming and energy-sapping when you have to do all these things by yourself with your hands. And we need to buy from you. Or probably, if you don't want to do that, bring your fresh fruit bunches to the factory so we can mill for you. Then we probably have a percentage of the oil we take from them, and give them some percentage too. And that's what we do.
Okay. Now, talking about oil processing, you're into oil processing. Now, from palm fruits, you produce oil from palm fruits. From the palm fruit stage, you process it, you get the shaft. The shaft is used for manure, and then when you burn it, the ashes can still be used. Is this local oil in Akwa? You can still use it for some sort of sauce. Now, how come it is still expensive? Even the kernel that comes out from the palm fruits, they can still use it for kernel oil.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah. So how come these things are still, most times they are scarce in the market? So what's the problem around that?
That's why we you know, it's a season. You know, I told you, I mentioned from March to May, and I mentioned the scarcity from September to December and thereabout to January. You know, it's about the season. If the season is on, it's very cheap. Do you understand? Like, you have all other commodities, all other products or produce out there. So now for farm produce or for palm kernels and the rest of those stores of the byproducts, you know, it is actually on the high side when it is not common out there. Do you understand? So we have the season. Like I told you, March to May, you have it in surplus, and that is when it is very cheap.
So let's go on the quick break and we'll be right back. Stay glued. You can join us tomorrow for another exciting episode of Tea or Coffee.